This is 4-6, slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m represents the slope and the y-intercept is the b. When you're graphing, you begin with the b. Begin with b. So you graph that y-intercept first, and then you use the slope to rise and run to a new point. So I'll show you what I mean. It says graph the line with a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of -3. First of all, if that were in y equals mx plus b, it would be y equals slope of 2, x, and then y-intercept, -3. So y equals 2x minus 3. But regardless, you're going to begin with the b, the y-intercept of -3. So that means we're going to begin at -3 on the y-axis. Then we're going to use the rise over run, which is 2. 2 as a fraction is 2 over 1. So we're going to rise 2, and we're going to run 1. And so we end up right here. We're going to do that again. We're going to rise 2, run 1, and my line, so linear equations, it's going to be a straight line, would look like this with arrows on either side, and if I were really good, I'd write the equation of the line right near there. Example 2. Write the equation that describes each line in slope-intercept form. This is kind of what I did in example 1. So what it is y equals the slope, 2/3, x, and then you write the y-intercept, in this case -1 or -1. Next one, y equals the slope, 0, x, and then the y-intercept is +4, so I'm going to write +4. And we never write aux, 0x. 0 times x is just 0, so this equation would be y equals 4. So any horizontal line is going to have an equation of y equals 4. An equation of y equals that number. And any vertical line will have an x equals some number equation. So notice to write an equation in slope-intercept form, we've been needing the slope and the y-intercept, these two things. So when I'm looking at this line, I'm looking for the slope, the rise over run. So this one we're rising 2, and we're going to the right 1. So that would be 2 over 1, x, and my y-intercept. Well, the y-intercept is where it crosses the y, right here at +1. And so I can just simplify this. Y equals, since it's 2 over 1, as the slope, we can change that to just the number 2. X plus 1 is the best answer you can give me for that one. Okay, so for my next one, y equals mx plus b. Again, I need the m and the b. But what I'm noticing is I only have the m. The slope is 8. And I wasn't provided the b, but I was given an x and a y. That's my ordered pair. So I can plug that information in. So I have y equals, my m is 8, my x is -3. And now I can actually solve for b. So 1 equals 8 times -3 is -24 plus b. To solve for b, I need to get rid of this -24, so I'm going to add 24 to both sides, and I get 25 equals b. Now I have an m of 8 and a b of 25. So now I'm able to write my equation, y equals 8x mx plus b plus 25. Okay, we're going to write each equation in slope-intercept form and then graph the line described by the equation. So this one's already in y equals mx plus b, and I see that my m is 4 and my b is -3. So I'm going to begin at -3 on the y-intercept, and my slope, since it was 4, it's 4 over 1. I'm going to rise 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, run 1. Do that again, 1, 2, 3, 4, run 1. I'm going to draw my line, and I'm going to be really going to write my equation next to it. Okay, example B, y equals -4. So for this one, it's in y equals mx plus b, but the x is missing. So the m must have been 0. And my b is -4. So the m is 0 and the b is negative 4. Well, y-intercept at negative 4 and a slope of 0. Remember, that's a horizontal line. Like if you're skiing, you'd go 0 miles per hour on that. Okay, this one, 3x plus 2y equals 8. We have to isolate the y first to try to get this into y equals mx plus b. So I know I need to move I'm trying to isolate that y, so I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And I write the x first, so 2y equals negative 3x. Really, the 3x just became the opposite sign when it moved. And the 8 stays positive 8. Now I'm dividing everything by 2. So we get y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 4. So now I'm good to go. Here's my semi, supposed to be straight line. For my coordinates, 1, 2, 3, 4, I know that my y-intercept is 4 and my m is negative 3 over 2. So I'm going to begin at 4. And I'm going to drop 3. 1, 2, 3. Go down 3 to the right 2. Do that again. We're going to go down 1, 2, 3 to the right 2. Connect my lines, and I write my equation, y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 4. Here's a lengthy word problem. So in 1975, the world record for the 1 mile run was 6 minutes 51 seconds. In 1999, the world record was approximately 6 minutes 43 seconds. Write a linear equation that could be used to estimate the world record time in seconds for any year after 1975. So let's see. First, we need to understand what's happening. When we make our plan here, we can find out what our ordered pairs are. And go from there. So notice to get this time into all seconds, we've got 411 seconds and 6 minutes 43 seconds, actually 403 seconds. And so we can make some ordered pairs from this. So instead of using 1975 and 1999, we can use 0 as our starting point and 24 years later as our ending point. And so we can now find the slope of these. 403, let's see, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is equal to 403 minus 411 over 24 minus 0. So we get negative 8 over 24. Divide both by 8, and we get negative 1/3. So m equals negative 1/3. And we can find b by using one of those ordered pairs. So y equals mx plus b. 411 equals negative 1/3, my m, times my x of 0 plus b. So 411 is equal to b. So now I can write my final equation. Y equals negative 1/3 x plus b, so plus 411.